You're listening to Denver Wine Radio.
It's a DJ and a winemaker yakking about music and wine.
Presented by Bonaquiste Wine Company.
And now here's Cha and Polly.
All right, I need a microphone. There we go. I'm trying to FaceTime this live, and I don't know how to do this, but we'll stop. We'll stop because I can't play with electronics.
We'll try that later. Okay. I barely got the camera rolling.
I know. All of a sudden, boom, we were on the air.
Hey, welcome everybody. Denver Wine Radio. It is a beautiful day in the Mile High City, and it's a really special show today.
I can't even begin to tell you. I'm telling you, I wish I could learn how to do this thing because I want to video this and I want to FaceTime it live because, Paul,
yeah,
you know me. You've known me for a long time.
Long time.
Okay, and I'm just so excited. Well, I got to preface it by a story, okay? I moved to Denver in 1985 to come to the big city. Little New Mexico girl, is coming to the big city. Okay, and when I came to the big city to do radio, there was this woman on the air on a station by the name of KAZY that I wanted to be when I grew up. Imagine this little small town girl coming to the big city as a female personality to hear this voice on the radio that was like, to me, the Beyonce of radio, the one and only Joe Mama Myers, right here.
God.
KAZY.
Oh, thank you, both of you. Thank you.
Very welcome.
Mama Myers. I remember I used to sit, Joe, seriously, I used to sit in my driveway because I did an overnight shift on an AM station, and you were doing mornings on a rock station that was
kind of a big deal.
It was a huge deal. I mean, very, very, very. You were probably one of maybe the only one that was hosting her own show, not a co-host. Okay, not a giggle box. You were hosting your own show back in the mid to late 80s, 90s.
That was because I was so hard to get along with.
People know.
No. So I got to tell you, for you, it was always my dream to do a show with you. And okay, so it's a few years later, but I can't even tell you that it's a pleasure. It is an honor for me to be sitting here with you.
You always gush.
I do, because you're the
But
dude.
I gush about you. When
No.
I first heard you, I thought that girl can hold her own on the radio. I needed somebody else in the room with me, someone like Paul to make fun of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you really could pull it off. And I was not
thank
very
you.
good by myself. I couldn't run the board and talk. It's like chewing gum and talking. I couldn't do it.
Well, I had a great teacher in you, because seriously, I would sit and I would study what you would do. Seriously, because what we do is an art. I truly believe that. Not everybody can get behind a microphone and entertain. It's a talent. To me, it is. It's a God-given talent. I mean, you can go on the internet right now and there's a bazillion shows, but come on.
Oh, I don't know.
Come on.
Oh my!
What are they
like horrible. Everybody thinks they're a star nowadays, but it's an art. It's a talent. You learn it. You groom it, just like a basketball player, a baseball player. Since we're in a sports station,
Right.
And I learned a lot of things from you, and I just want to say thank you.
Well, thank you, because I learned a lot of things from you.
Well, thank you.
It is great to be here.
I know.
Paul, would you like
Yeah.
to say something?
No, I'm just going to sit back and it's like I'm listening. I'm just driving down the road listening to my two favorite jocks on the radio.
Oh, Paulie, we love you, and you are our favorite winemaker.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes, we're going to talk about wine. Joe,
Yep.
thank you so much for being here today. And
I love wine.
I know. And see, I don't drink. I should say that I don't drink anymore, Polly, because since we've been doing the show, I've been tasting different wines, and
And you've been drinking.
yeah, just a little bit at a time. And I like it.
She's not a boozer yet.
No,
but,
I'm not a boozer yet.
And we haven't taken life expectancy off of your.
No.
We haven't taken 30 minutes off.
No.
Is that what a glass of wine does?
No, there was a report this week that if you had over 5 drinks a week, then you would take 30 minutes off of your life.
Yeah, right.
Really?
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
drinks?
I
Wow.
don't know.
Okay.
5
Well,
a week?
Yeah. I'm not to the Uber stage
But
yet.
there's way more studies that I can rebut that one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And wine, there's so many good things about, drinking wine.
Oh,
I mean, it's very health benefit.
Number one?
benefit, yeah.
Yes. And number 2?
Well, you get a good buzz and you relax. And that mentally, come on. We all need the break for mental health too. And if a good couple of glasses, maybe a bottle or two helps you do that every now and then,
A
why
bottle or
not?
2 would help.
It's cheaper than throwing up on a therapist's shoes.
Yeah, that's true.
It's more mellowing.
Exactly.
It's not. Yeah, it's not like doing shots or
Exactly.
doing beer bongs.
Exactly.
Okay, doesn't get you ramped. Or
Well, I'd have to
amped.
try beer bongs first before I could speak to it.
So before we get into the wine, just tell us a little bit about what you've been doing.
I've been living in Mexico part-time.
Woohoo! Andale! Orale!
Yes, I love it.
Have you learned the language?
I've learned a lot of the language.
Right,
And
right
there were
on.
some days when I'm there, I speak nothing but Spanish.
That's awesome.
Yes.
God. And did you know any before you went there?
Only a little bit. My son is marrying. He's engaged to be married to a girl from Ciudad Juarez originally.
Uh-huh.
And so I feel like if we have grandkids,
Yeah.
I need to know how to talk to them
You sure do.
because her mother does, and I won't be able to talk to them in Spanish.
Well, the two go-to words, mijo and mija.
Mijo?
Mijo is for son.
Yes.
Yeah, and mija is for little girl.
But you're shorting, it's mi-hijo, right?
Yeah, mi hijo.
But you say mijo.
Yeah, mijo. Mijo and mijita.
I learned something today.
Yes.
Mijo.
Yeah. You just shorten it. Mijo and mijito or mija.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
I'm
on.
studying Duolingo and something called Brainscape,
Okay.
and I just learned about slow news in Spanish.
About
And
what?
Slow news in Spanish.
What is that?
It's the news in Spanish, but it's slow. It's really slow. It's not fast.
Like they don't speak very fast.
right,
Okay.
because
all
that's
right.
the number one problem when anyone is learning a language.
Exactly. They speak it so fast, you're like, what?
So you can read it along with listening to it, and it's online. All that's online.
Very cool.
Yeah. So
And
there's
you
something to
enjoy
do.
you enjoy living down there?
I do. Well, it's not what people are thinking. Oh, nice beach, everything.
Yeah.
No. We're outside of Guadalajara on
Okay.
Lake Chapala.
Okay.
There are a lot of expats there, mostly Canadians.
Oh, okay.
But you're in a village called Ajijic,
okay.
and it is just as charming and wonderful as it can be.
Dude, I'm on your hammock. 2 weeks, I'm there.
Please come.
Oh, I will. I
You'll
promise
want to
I
stay
will.
longer.
And Ciudad Juarez is, because I grew up in New Mexico, small town Las Cruces, 45 minutes from the El Paso border, and that's where, what is this?
Yes.
So I grew up going back and forth.
Yes.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
So do they have good wine in Mexico? Do they grow wine? Do they grow grapes and stuff?
You know, I had some Mexican wine. They have a market that is an organic market on Tuesdays in this community. They call it the Gringo Market because it's gringos who
Yeah.
go there. And they sold a raspberry wine, and I took it right to the balsamic vinaigrette. I mean,
yum,
it was
yeah.
awful. I mean, I
Oh.
couldn't drink it.
Oh, it
Oh,
was
that-
bad. Oh, okay. I thought you
yeah,
mixed it.
I mixed it in with the
It was bad.
vinaigrette.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, no, because
Well,
I don't see.
there is Mexican wine grown. It's called Valle de Guadalupe,
Uh-huh.
and it would be, Ensenada area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Baja, it's grown in the Baja.
Well, you know, tequila is
Right.
close to where
Yeah.
this is. It's like 2 hours away to go to tequila. And tequila has become a favorite drink now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love wine. I
Does
just
it
don't
flow
know
like
about
water?
Mexican
Yeah, I was
wine.
gonna
Does the
say.
tequila flow like water?
Yes, I went to a tequila tasting and a mezcal tasting. It was like 2 in 1.
Wow. So I was just going to say that. Do they have different types where you can go and have little samples?
Yeah, they have these events. Only I did not participate in the event, but my friends did. And
Right.
let's just say by the end of the night, my friend Lori would sound like a goat whenever I asked her. What does the goat say? So anyway,
my
if she's
goodness.
listening, hello, Lori.
So
That's
good
awesome.
to kill you. Good to kill you. That's what I call it sometimes, to kill you.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it was.
Yeah. What?
I don't know.
You look
a
like you were going
wine
to say
man.
something.
I
That's what
told
was
you,
gonna say.
no,
Okay,
I'm
I'm
just-
sorry, Polly.
I'm just enjoying my time here.
You
I'm
feel
just
like
kicking
you're
back.
like at a baby shower or something,
Yeah.
don't you?
I'm like,
You're like,
I was the
why am I
driver,
here?
and I'm stuck, and I can't get picked up yet.
Because we are chatting so much.
You do. You totally look like you're at a baby shower.
Well, now you have a story too. You have a background in radio.
He
for
does.
People who might have just tuned into the show and said,
Right.
"Wow, these girls sound like they know what they're talking about."
Right. Paul
They do.
does too.
So does Paul.
Not only in radio, but in winemaking. And we promise when we come back, Joe and I will talk. We'll talk about wine.
We're doing just fine. All right. Okay.
We're going to talk about wine. We're going to sample wine.
Sounds good to me because I got some good ones today and special surprise coming up at the bottom of the hour.
What?
Well, you know what?
What?
I'll tell you when we come back, okay?
Okay.
You're listening to Denver Wine Radio on Mile High Sports.
Come on. Boogie nights.
Right on.
Yeah,
Chaw's back in the Day Cafe. We've set a date.
we did.
May the 4th.
I made Chaw set a date.
Chaw's back in the Day Cafe will debut on May the 4th at Bonaquiste Wines.
Wow. And was this your first song?
No.
But it makes you think of that.
You know what my first song was? Actually, it was Oh Honey by Delegation. The album version.
Oh, really?
Yes. I remember it vividly. It was like
From your first gig?
6 minutes and 40-some seconds.
That's probably right. How many seconds for an intro?
Oh, man, you could ramp that one up for days.
Yeah,
right.
ramp it up to the post.
To the post. You hit the post toasties.
All right. Welcome, everybody, back to Denver Wine Radio.
It's Paul with a couple of old radio mavens.
Paul's at
Yeah.
a baby shower, and what he's doing is he's sampling wine at this baby shower.
Why do we talk sports?
And I just keep shaking my head.
So what kind of wine did you bring for us today to sample?
Well, I brought some Colorado wine, of course, and I brought some Guy Drew Vineyards. Okay, so Guy Drew is that's his real name, Guy Drew. He's down in Cortez, Colorado.
Okay.
So way down in the Four Corners area of the state, and he grows grapes down there, and he also makes wine with grapes from Palisade. So we're gonna taste, like this segment. We'll taste this Guy Drew unoaked Chardonnay, but then we're going to talk to him here at the bottom of the hour, and we're going to taste. He's going to be, he's in Cortez, but we're going to taste these next two with him live on the air.
Oh, nice.
Okay, and he'll tell us about them because we've got his 2015 Meritage, and we also have his 2015 Colorado Syrah, which won a double gold last year in the Governor's Cup. It was featured in the Governor's Cup case, where they take the top 12, the top 12 highest scoring wines in the Governor's Cup. He's one of them.
Nice.
And this one's phenomenal. And you're going to be blown away by the pricing and how available it is. That's just what I got to tell you right now.
Really?
Okay.
Can I ask a question about the Chardonnay?
Yes,
Yeah.
Joe Mama Myers, you can.
So it says unoaked.
Correct.
That means it's not going to taste oaky.
That's right. It means it's not going to taste oaky because it was never in a barrel.
Okay.
And so a lot of Chardonnays either get barrel fermented. So they'll put the after we crush the grapes, we have the juice, fill up a barrel, you can ferment in the barrel. Or you can ferment in stainless steel, and then you can fill up barrels too later after the fermentation. So but that's where that the oakiness, the buttery, the creaminess.
Yeah, now let's go to the buttery. Is it buttery?
This one?
Yeah,
No, this is absolutely not buttery.
because Chardonnay,
No?
usually. It's so oaky and buttery, I can't stand it. It's thick. It's like, I don't know. It's like you put cornstarch in it. Or something.
Yeah, and a lot of those are overdone.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yes.
So Polly, if it's not, in oak, what's the material?
In stainless steel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is a neutral.
Right.
It's a neutral container,
Okay.
and it helps bring out fruit and keep it crisp. And typically, unoaked Chardonnays won't go through a secondary fermentation, which is very common for red wines and for those oaky, buttery Chardonnays, which is called malolactic fermentation, which turns the malic acid, which is the same acid in apples, turns it into lactic acid, which is the acid in milk. That's what gives it that creamy, buttery texture.
That
Okay.
some people like so much.
Yes. Some people do.
Unlike
it's a love-hate thing with it.
Yeah,
So
it is.
I mean, just say, hey, try this, just like what you just did. Try this Chardonnay. And in the first reaction, usually like, ugh, I don't
Oaky,
like
buttery.
Chardonnay. Yeah, but then when you say you try unoaked Chardonnay, then you go, oh.
It smells very light.
It doesn't have legs. Oh, it has a little bit of leg.
Little bit of legs.
Legs?
Legs.
Yeah,
That's
Cha.
She's
the
got
streaks.
leg. Oh, the streaks. Is that what
That's
it's
the
called?
streaks coming down the glass. Yeah, I don't give that too much credence. Okay?
No, I was just
Okay.
being a smart
See,
aleck,
I learned.
showing off.
There you go. I
Yeah.
learned. That's called legs.
Yeah. So the question always is, what is the first thing you smell? And it's the first thing that pops in your mind. There's no wrong answer.
I like it.
You do?
I do.
It's
I wish
quite
the
tart.
camera was on your face.
Oh. It's a little on the tart side.
Oh, it is on your face.
Go. I better not see that on the internet, Paulie. I swear. You better, as my dad used to
He
say,
can edit that out.
you better don't.
Okay, what you need to do is
Was my
the
dad.
first sip doesn't count after you have a cup of coffee in front
Oh,
of you.
that's
Okay.
okay. That's true. Sorry.
Yeah.
Would you
Okay.
like some water?
Yes, thank you, Joe.
There
Thank
you
you
are.
very much. Let me cleanse my palate.
It's like the people that come into the tasting room and then say, "Hey, dude, do you have a place for this gum?"
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I go,
So
yeah.
what are you saying, Polly? Don't walk in with a wad of gum. Okay.
Does that actually happen?
Yeah, does that happen? Serious?
Oh, it happens. It happens. People walk in even with a cup of coffee. They'll have like a Starbucks cup. Oh yeah, they want to taste some wine, and okay, well,
Don't you make them sip water and spit first?
I don't know. I just tell them,
Actually, that one was better.
yeah, take the first sip. It'll
Yeah.
it'll
Not
clear
as
your
tart
palate,
the
and then
second
give
time.
it the second one, and then the
Yeah,
objective.
not
that way.
bad.
I like Guy Drew's
Yeah.
Chardonnay.
It's good.
I would
like
drink
that.
this. I would
You
buy
would?
this.
You
yes.
would? It's not buttery
No.
and
No.
oaky.
No.
Nope,
No.
it's real crisp. Got a lot of good
Crisp.
fruit, apple, pear.
It does. It really does.
And then, but it does have it has some nice body to it, like
Mm-hmm.
a medium bodied. So without being really really light bodied and
Mm-hmm.
high acid, it's just nice. Good.
Yeah, it's
good
not
solid
like
wine.
cough syrup
Yep, it's gonna
So,
hold up to a lot of foods.
consistency.
Yeah. So, Joe, like, what would you pair this up like if you were home in Mexico? Like, what would you fish, something like that? What would you make with this?
Me?
Yeah. Do you cook?
No.
Oh, never mind.
My
then.
husband does all
Okay,
the
well,
cooking.
so what would your
And he
husband-
works at the winery. He's working now.
Awesome. So, what would he? Probably some fish or shrimp or something like that, or what would you?
I guess, usually he gets a Sauvignon Blanc
Uh-huh.
because I don't think he cares for the oaky, buttery,
Okay.
typical Chardonnay. But we have had Chardonnays. We've had your Chardonnay before, Paul,
Yep.
from Bonaquisti, and it's crisp. It's not.
Yeah, it's a no oak. Last year I had a no oak Chardonnay, and but right now I have that. I took what was left of it and I put it in a whiskey barrel.
So now it's
Oh,
oaky.
that's right.
Yes,
yeah.
It's not oaky. I will
It's
say
whiskey.
this because
Yeah.
the barrel was on the verge of being neutral. So you're not going to get that oaky woody flavor, but it is definitely creamy. I tasted it a couple weeks ago, a little sample, and it's got the creaminess without the oakiness.
So not a cream soda, a cream wine. Do they make those? Did we just invent something?
I
We
think we
did.
just did. The whiskey. Huh. That's going to be interesting, Polly.
It is.
That's cool. I'm going
Yeah.
to try it.
Me too.
Okay.
But this is good.
It is good.
Yeah, this is
Seriously,
great.
it's very
Yeah, Guy
good.
Drew 2015 Unoaked Chardonnay. This one, I believe, won a medal in the Governor's Cup too. I think it was a silver medal, but
That's good.
$15, $15.99 at Molly's. So that's right.
And where's Molly's?
Molly's is over at Lakeside. The old Lakeside
Amusement
shop.
park?
Remember right next to it.
Seriously?
There was a Lakeside
Oh, my
shopping center
God.
back in the day, but they leveled it a long time ago, and they built a Walmart, and then they've built some other shopping stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a giant liquor store called Molly's, and they've got great stuff.
Oh, I should know that
Yeah.
then.
They carry a little bit of everything.
They have everything. It's really cool.
Awesome.
Great store.
All right.
Your new advertiser.
I know.
Well, yeah.
There you go.
Come on,
Yeah.
Molly's. Give me a call.
That's right, Molly's.
What's the number?
We love your store, Molly's. You carry
Oh, yeah.
everything.
So a little bit about Guy Drew, by the way, the Syrah that we're going to taste in
Yeah.
a little while. There's a wine blog called Vinography, and a guy named Alder Yarrow writes that. He was one of the judges in the Governor's Cup last year, and he just wrote a blog last week. 2 wines that prove Colorado is the next wine region to watch.
Wow.
And
these are
one
it?
Of, one of
One
the
of 'em?
wines is Guy Drew
Wow,
Syrah.
that's
Ooh,
awesome.
can't wait.
Yeah, so we're going to get him on the
Yep.
hotline, the Vinny No Neck hotline
Yep.
coming up.
I'm telling you, in a few years, it's going to be Napa, huh? Napa, what?
Yep.
It's gonna be Colorado.
They're
Let's go
coming
to
our way.
Colorado.
Yeah. So then, and then we got to tell some more radio stories too,
Yeah,
because
let's
there's
tell
plenty
some
of that. All right.
we might ought to talk about that before we tell.
Okay.
Exactly.
We'll be back. Denver Wine Radio on Mile High Sports.